Hi, my name is Irgina Izati binti Muhammad Lutfi. I'm from 4BMMP1/2. Me and my group mate, Muhammad Hakimi bin Harun Rashid, Izurin Fahmi bin Hadrawi, Wan Salwani binti Wan Zamani, gonna present about our project, which is Connecting Road Cap. Our project presentation include introduction, manufacturing process, which is sand casting and CNC machining, product planning that will show Gantt chart, final product, discussion, and lastly conclusion. For our project, we have choose a connecting road cap for our product. A connecting road cap is the removable section of a two-piece connecting rod that provides a bearing surface for the clamping journal. It is attached to the connecting rod with two cap screws for installation and removal from the crankshaft.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Kimi bin Harun Rashid and I will present about manufacturing process for our project. So in this project we choose two types of process, which is the first one is sand casting and the second one is the CNC machining process. So we go to the first process, which is the sand casting process. Sand casting, also known as sound molded casting, is a metal casting process characterized by using sand as the mold material. The mold cavities and gate system are created by compacting the sand around models called patterns by carving directly into the sand or by 3D printing. So on the right side of the slide, we can see the flow process for sand casting. The first one is pattern making, the second one is molding, and the third one is melting and pouring. So we go to the next step, which is the pattern making. The pattern is essentially a copy of the object that is about to be cast. So the pattern, which are typically made of wood, metal, or model board, are used to create cavities in molds. CATIA V5 are being used to do the pattern drawing. And the last one is patterns are made by using CNC router machine. The above picture shows that the process of the CNC router machine.
Next is molding. Sand molding is a metal equipment casting method that provides a desired design shape to the end product by pouring molten steel or other metal into a sand mold and letting it solidify in atmospheric temperature conditions. The step for sand molding start with make a sand preparation. The second step, the dried flask is placed on the board. Step 3, dry facing sand is sprinkled over the board. Next, molding sand is then poured in to cover the pattern with the fingers and then the drag is filled completely. Step 5, sand is then tightly packed in the drag. Step 6, the excess sand is leveled or removed. Step 7, the finished drag flask is now made upside down exposing the pattern. Next, a sprue pin for making the sprue passage is located at some distance from the pattern edge. Riser pin is placed at an appropriate place. Step 9. Filling, ramming and venting of the coke is done in the same manner. Next, the sprue and riser are removed and a pouring basin is made at the top. Step 11. Pattern from the cork and drag is removed. Step 12. Runners and gates are made and lastly, mold is assembled and ready for pouring.
Okay, next is melting and pouring. Furnaces are used to heat and melt the metal to molten temperature sufficient for casting. The total heat energy required is the sum of the heat to raise the temperature to the melting point. Second is the heat of fusion to convert it from solid to liquid. And the last one is the heat to raise the molten metal to the desired temperature for pouring. Okay, next is CNC machining. CNC milling or computer numerical control milling is a machining process which employs computerized controls and rotating multi-point cutting tools to progressively remove material from the workpiece and produce a custom design part or product. And CNC milling machines are used to make the surface finish of the product. Okay, product planning. So the first week we do a project briefing with Dr. Fariza, and the second week is group decision between our group, and the third week is planning what design that we should do to proceed the project, and week 4 we do the project proposal, which is connecting rod cap, and week 5 the proposal have been approved from Encik Shafiq, and week 6 we proceed to drawing 2D and 3D in CATIA V5, and week 8 confirmation program process with lecturer. Week 9 is wood pattern making, and week 10 is casting process in the laboratory in FTK MP, which is in the UTM lab. And week 11 finishing our finishing part using CNC machining. And week 12 report preparation. Week 13 we do the slide and video presentation, and the last week, which is week 14, we submit the report, slide and video presentation project.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Wasawani binti Zamani and I will present about the final of product, discussion and conclusion. This is the final product of this project, which is connecting road cap. The connecting road cap design is based on real dimension coming from the CATIA V5 design. The size is obtained at 90 mm for length, 38 mm for wide and 68 mm for height, where the stock size is 94 mm plus 70 mm. For the bearing insert, the surface dimension is reduced 33. After the drawing part is finished, we proceed to advanced machining to get code for machining. The processes that we use are facing, roughing, profile contouring, and isoparametric to get the desired shape. To make the product, we use sand casting. After finish the drawing, we do the pattern marking, molding, and the final step is melting and pouring. In conclusion, through the course we learned the feature of CATIA V5 and sand casting processes. Aside from the feature, we become familiar with the interface and how to navigate the interface successfully in timely manner. We gain valuable knowledge about the tools provided through CATIA and the things that can be achieved. The design of the connecting road cover has been successfully done using CATIA V5 software in the form of a robust model. We have learned a lot about CATIA software and tasks that can be completed by this program. In this course also, we learn how the process of sand casting. We know how to process from the beginning to finishing, which is the finishing is metal pouring. Sand casting is a method of metal casting that uses sand molds that cannot be reused. On the one hand, casting seems to be a simple production technique. Casting with a beautiful outer details, inner core and barrel shape can be made using sand